Bonjour. I'm counting down the days to my Social Security disability hearing. I want to talk about what that's been like for me. Since my hearing date was announced, my symptoms have been increasing with the increased stress load, and with more pain, my coping resources become less effective. I've been experiencing not only increased old symptoms, but new symptoms like really severe insomnia and waking nightmares instead of sleep, where I'm paralyzed but having dream-like scary imagery all around me, and aware that it's a dream, but aware that I can't wake up. I've been having migraines, which I've never had before. I've been having nausea and difficulty eating. I've been having overwhelming paranoia about anything I do or have ever done being used against me in this case. So here's the reality. On August 23rd at 12:15 p.m. at my local Social Security office, I will walk into a hearing room. I will have 20 to 30 minutes FaceTime with a judge who has never met me, who will never see me again, who doesn't have to live with the consequences of their decision. I will be there with my disability advocate, who does not get paid unless I do, and then is working for a portion of the back benefits. I will be there with my mental health team, those who have been willing to come there and be there with me, to hold my hand, to support me, to speak if asked. I'm living with the painful awareness that I'm not visibly disabled. And even in the disabled community, I'm underrepresented, marginalized, and dismissed. And people judge based on what they see. I went to Roots Week. I really enjoyed myself there. I don't want you to think for a second that I didn't enjoy every moment, and I don't regret burning myself out there, which I did severely, seriously. I planned the week before to rest, I planned the week after to rest, and I am glad that I chose to participate as wholeheartedly as I possibly could. And even still, I still was not able to participate as much as I wished I could have, because I'm disabled. My life, other than those 4 days a year at Alternate Roots Week, is full of discrimination, unfairness, violence, harassment, fighting for my life, and everyday ableism. It's the only 4 days a year that I get to be myself, and I paid for it, and didn't get to do all I wanted. But it felt like a last, desperate connection to people who accept me as I am. And I needed that. I needed that so much. My inability to work is not because I just haven't found the right job, any more than someone who is paraplegic just hasn't found the right ground to walk on. But for some reason, almost everyone at some point decides to advise me what work I should do, or compliment me by telling me how strong I am and what they think I could do, which invalidates my reality and can feel kind of ableist to me. I don't want to hear from others how strong I am. I know how strong I am. I know exactly how strong I am and where my limits are. I want people to demonstrate their strength with more than just words, supposedly to comfort me, that in reality, at best, probably only comfort them. I want people to show me their strength by at least challenging the everyday ableism and classism we're all exposed to, and counter the narrative that people with disabilities are lazy liars. I often feel triggered and infuriated when people with good intentions will say things that unconsciously rub my face in the fact that they're privileged enough to be able to support themselves and don't deeply, fundamentally speak from a place where they demonstrate that they understand that I do not have that. No matter how much lip service they pay to my disability, no matter how they listen, no matter what I say about my limitations. There's a big difference. There's a shift that happens if you get it. And people try, and I appreciate that, but still sometimes say problematic things. And it's very tiring to hear, even from people who I love very, very much, who I know have the best of intentions. It's not socially acceptable, by any means, to pressure someone to drive drunk, because they could get seriously hurt or killed. But it's socially acceptable to pressure me to go over my limits and do things that are dangerous and unhealthy for me physically and psychologically to do. I've been subject to this pressure my whole life and called lazy or insulted when I resist this unhealthy pressure in others that seeks to push me into doing things that would hurt me in ways that they don't have to pay the price for later or necessarily even see. I'm angry about this too. Those that do support me, I do appreciate all the messages of your support. I really, really do. It means so much to me, but it breaks my heart that it will not make a damn bit of difference to the judge's decision that will decide whether I deserve to survive. Nothing I do, nothing any of my friends does will make a damn bit of difference, and my life is at stake. The helplessness and powerlessness of this position is indescribably awful, and I live with it every deteriorating day, and I have been there for years. I've only just recently started to speak out about it because I just can't hold it in anymore. Yet still, I'm questioned and argued with and find myself still having to prove my disability over and over again daily. I'm sick and tired of this fight. I want allies to step up and help me fight these problems and this ignorance, especially my abled friends who have abled friends, please. Especially when I'm in no position to do so, when my voice isn't valued, when my reality isn't validated. I'm fighting for my life and every day living in fear of my basic needs getting taken away and me having no resources or power to challenge that or change it. I would love to see people challenging ableism and classism in themselves and those around them. If you're disturbed by the pain and humiliation that I live with, then start conversations about it. Ask yourselves and each other what you can do. I'm out of ideas. I'm out of energy. I'm out of spoons. And just trying to survive each day as it comes. Someone asked me what I think of the future, what my thoughts are about my future. And they might as well have asked me where my favorite place is to park my yacht. I have lived with trauma all my life. Foreshortened sense of future? More like no sense of future. A sense of future, dreams, plans. These are privileges that I don't have, that other people may not realize that they have. I've been told again and again in this process that everything depends on the judge who hears my case on Monday, August 23rd, 2016. Some judges are more likely to rule in my favor than others, and I have no control over that. My future is in the hands of one person who probably couldn't care less. I may not have a future. That's the reality. I'm just holding on each day any way I can, and it's been that way so long that I'm worn out. I'm tired, and I don't want to live like this anymore. This is no kind of life. It could be worse, but I'm just hanging in there, and I'm tired. This is unbearable. It's almost unlivable inside my body with unlivable pain and trauma. I would never demand that someone endure this kind of life just because I selfishly want them around and in wishful thinking want to believe it will get better. And I would never judge anyone for judging that the pain that they live with is too much. Because at the end of the day, it's not me living with someone else's pain, with someone else's burdens, fighting someone else's fights, only my own. At the end of the day, you're not living with my pain, or my burdens, or fighting my fights. So no matter what happens, the best thing you can do is don't judge the choices that I need to make for myself. Thank you for watching.